The following is a conversation between me and Muhammad Ibrahim Al Maula from Kaiwan, Dubai, UAE. The conversation is mainly about higher levels of FDE like enlightenment, existence, and consciousness. I have also covered the topics of artificial intelligence that I have separated for artificial conscious account. They both will be uploaded at the same time on YouTube. I'm extremely sorry for the clip that is lost in the initial conversation we had due to some technical issues. Mohammed does not have an Instagram account right now. He just uses one to talk to some specific people. But I'll tag the one that I can find right now. So now let us continue with the conversation.
I felt my mind so pure, but afterwards, I was looking to an ancient symbol. When I looked to it, I felt as if God within me or my spirit was doing something with that symbol. And since then, I started like a conflict between me and God. So it has many phases. Like I went through a mental breakdown, and then I healed myself, and then God changed with me. Like He didn't, and I had within the experience that I had, I within the world, like around maybe uh, 13 individuals, they had the same experience on different expressions.
To be honest, I also had the same experiences, but I formulated it something different rather than some God talking to me. I formulated it as it was my own true self that was coming at me in some different and unexpected ways. And then I won't say actually meditation, but you can say some higher form of meditation that I did. In that, what I used to do is like basically cut off my whole senses in this body, and then you can say getting very deep in my mind, and then also face all the things that you're saying, like breakdown thing and all. It happened in my real life also. I also affected some of the things that I was going through at that time. How do you collect all this thing, and where are you heading up with this? Like, what's next?
Like I find there is no direct way to God, or God can like a thought pattern. It's dangerous when it becomes a thought pattern. Like God, when it becomes like a thought pattern, it controls your actions somehow. But what is true God or true love is when the energy is static, like it's in like a static motion. Like you have bliss in mind, and you know that this is eternal. And in a static expression, that is growing you into something better. So this is what I try to do, and it worked with me. Like in meditation, what I do right now when meditation is I observe my mind and I induce the energy from memory, from my memory, or from the things I find inspiring the universe, and I induce it as an affirmation, and I stay with that energy, and then I stop, I withdraw myself from it, and reflect with what I feel I need to do about my progress.
Of course, I can relate with that totally, dude. It's like very surprising to relate with someone I talked an hour ago. Yeah, so about the thing that you're saying about God, so what I understood till now by all of my meditations and all the stuff, like not really meditation, but there are many more stuff that I did. You can say using my mind at the specific time of meditation to find some answers, like who am I and all. So the final conclusion that I came to was what we know as us is just a manifestation of our mind that is based on
Yeah.
memory and conditioning of everything that is going on around. The thing that you're talking about, that interaction of God and universe, all the stuff, I felt these same things. I too was kind of perplexed in all the same things a year ago, or you can say, yeah, 6 months ago, something like that. It was kind of a great hit to me that I finally came to realize that, oh wait, I am actually the God, and this all that is going around is just some game kind of thing, or just some manifestation of my mind that I'm seeing around. So this is what happened to me, and the rest of the experiences that you're talking about, that all had happened with me at some point of time, like a year ago or 2 years ago.
Uh-huh. Do you meditate with a group?
No, not really group, because there aren't much groups, so I do it alone. No, and I studied it alone, and I did all of the things all alone. And to be honest, I did not even knew that this is what we call meditation. I was just doing it as part of my activities, because initially I had some questions in my mind that I really want to find answer to, like what is my existence, who am I, why do I exist in this universe. So initially I was just a extremely curious boy, extremely curious, and I wanted to find the answer to these questions. When I gone through everything else available in this world, and I was like there's nothing available for me to read and find, so instead of going outward in this world, I started going inside me. So what you said, the experiences of breakdown and all, so it happened in particular amount of time, and then finally I got my answers that I wanted to know, that who am I and why am I and what is my existence and all these questions.
You got them through meditation?
Meditation was a tool that I used. Meditation was the way that I did.
How did you got the answers?
Yeah, you can say meditation only, because first what I used to do, I would kind of set up and trained myself to like you can say use the extreme potential of a mind, because most people around I have seen they like don't even use their mind properly. They are just wired up in some thoughts and all that. So initially for like you can say 2-3 months of extreme meditation, whenever I used to get free from school or whatever, so I just properly kind of focused on things. I did not knew what is meditation at that time. I did not knew what I was doing. I was just trying out random things that I could to find the answers I had, because I'm extremely stubborn in that case. Properly focused on my like started questioning myself that who am I. So I gone to the possible forms of me, that am I this, am I this, and I was like, no, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this. So I started questioning everything that I was, and I was everything that I thought is me, and I started declaring to them that no, this is not me, this is not me, I'm not this body, I'm not this thought that is coming around, because if I didn't had any memory, so I will have no thought, so I'm not thought. So like this only, after going to meditation, because initially what I did, I started questioning in the starting only. So at that time when I started questioning, then I was not able to get anywhere with that. I just used to roam around in my mind and used to like create problems for me mentally. So that did not work at all. So first I like trained myself to focus and clear my mind. Like, and by this clearing I mean it was a very difficult task for me, because to clear my mind and to completely empty it from all kind of thoughts and memory, it's a difficult thing to stop all the thoughts. So I trained myself to that. It took like a month, you can say, month or two, and after that I just focused on the question that what am I. It's like forms of me only came and told me, like you cannot say imaginative, it becomes a bit delusional, you can say, but yeah, it's like that only. It came to me like, yeah, I'm this. Finally, all of a surprise, I don't know from where it came to my mind, but then it came to like I'm just an observer. This is what I call myself now. I'm just an observer. I just observe what is going around me. I just talk through a body. I just interact through this world through a body. I'm just an observer. So this was my final conclusion. And then I wrote all the things down, and I started to exhibit my things to others, so that others can also know these things that I got to know by some very difficulties. And based on the things that you are telling and the breakdowns and all that you had, I guess you are still at that stage at which like we just hit the level to get into the next one. What I call it is spirituality level. So doing good. How did you came in all these things, like getting to know God and getting to know your existence and all these things?
I think it's a magical experience to witness what could happen inside of you as a human being.
Yeah, it is really,
Because if you look at nature, it's totally blissful, and it's like it's an aesthetic place to look at. It has many wonders. If you reflect on the human body, it is as the magnificence you see around you within nature.
yeah.
There is no attack or anything within the nature. So the mind is a network of that place. If you look to it into that perspective, you'll notice that the mental manifests some things as you practice to do it. So when you are curious about something, it's a manifestation within the mental about your progress and how you look into the window of your soul, how you reflect around nature and yourself to be in the perfect well-being. I had too many experiences. Once I was in a mental ward in Dubai, so I had a light psychic attack. So I went to the mental hospital. They took me over there. They locked the doors. There was too many people with me. too many people with me in the room and in the world. So I had my first experience. We never knew what was there. So I was like in a coma. I didn't notice what's happening with me.
Okay.
As I was walking by, they gave me an injection and I slept. When I woke up to someone kissing me on my lips.
Okay.
Someone. I looked to him. He was an American person. He was he was beautiful. He was like an angel to me. I didn't notice what brought him there. When I asked about him, they told me he doesn't have any mental problems, but he's brought here by judge court.
Okay.
So he was talking to me about God, about Illuminati, about stuff like that. So he was I didn't panic about the experience of me being there. I cared about the people over there. So I was walking by, something suspicious happened. Like, they read their minds over there. They do they draw your thoughts. They draw some things. So it didn't panic me at all. I was having a very beautiful experience over there because I felt the inner protection. I felt the inner. It had a special taste over there. The experience.
Okay.
So as I was walking by, there was a person. He lost his mind totally. He was clueless about his existence. He was laughing. He was screaming. He was terrible. So he was hitting someone. So they took him from the room. They placed him in a closed room, naked, with the shower hitting him like a water shower, and he was screaming and laughing. So I opened the window. As I was looking to him, the window was locked like a jail. So I was looking at him, and I was telling him not to fear, and I was just staring at him. Me, as I was there, I forgot that I went over there. I did it like a dream way, So I looked to him. Once I looked to him, he was totally healed. He was totally healed from any mental problem. So as I walked by to my room, everyone came to me crying over there. So I knew that even the mental things that manifest as like delusions or something like that, sometimes they doesn't have an explanation. But within time, you know that there is a purpose for every act, every something. It has a purpose.
Yeah, of course.
So it's not a place of fear or something like that. When time passes by, the memory itself has a taste, a beautiful taste within your experience, and you share it with something that could help people to heal from many things that manifest in a bad way. And God isn't about, I think God isn't about self-exploration. It's like something in motion, with well-being, with the beautiful things. And you can express them as many infinite things.
Yeah, like the things that you're saying are really of higher understandings of God and self, and you can say in some way higher understandings of spirituality. Like it's really surprising to know that someone else have them. Have you read some holy scriptures or something? Because I have read some of my Indian culture, so I found that there are some things like this written in our holy scriptures. So have you read them?
No, I will.
I have also read, like you can say 4 months ago, when I did all this thing, had all the experiences, got my answers and all. So I started exploring outside the world to see is there something relevant available in this world. So then only I came across Buddhism at first, and then I came across Hindu religion, and find out that like it's all written, or what you're saying, the delusion and illusion things, and what I am saying about the experiences that we had, it's all already written there in the books. And the gods that what we call used to refer as God in our books, they already had those experiences. So it was like really surprising to know that So, what are your
Uh,
future plans? What you were talking about artificial intelligence, you are merging with something like that?
no, like when you have an experience, there is the pure soul. Okay, when something like metaphysical happen and you have a beautiful insight about it, you may call it over soul expression, like something um, uh, beyond the soul, or let's say a manifestation of yourself on a different existence, the one that is formless within God, have this experience, and you have a longing for it. You love it. You experience it very beautiful. If you turn that into like an alchemy and practical work and talent, if you put that as a talent, people will know how to create from within their soul, the formless. They will know how to create a talent from nothing to have a general well-being from pure happiness, because that formless soul expresses itself. Let's say you have an experience of you don't have a beautiful voice, and that pure soul within that existence have a beautiful voice. So when you sing that voice, you have the experience of expressing yourself as the talent you are seeking. But when you do it practical on an AI platform, you could have a virtual reality of yourself that is tracking your growth that you are seeking to express.
Okay, I got
So
it.
you'll have like a manifestation of yourself that is working to express itself on a bigger level.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. So you're basically talking about creating an artificial existence, having our own consciousness as observer, right?
Yes, but it's a static experience. Like it's between the illusion and the reality, but it have the best possibility of yourself. But you are engaged within, let's say, the gadget you are using. You are engaged with it as you see body gets beautified, because there is a embodiment of beauty within that self that is working on it. So you see that how you can beautify yourself. You meditate or you do some holistic work. So you see that expression. So now you have intellect about it. You have intuition about it that is pure and based on bliss, because you have experienced yourself or your God.
So, what you're saying right now is something I've been thinking and working on. In fact, I have a thing called DSW, Data Structure of Wisdom, and I have written the same things about intuitions and insights that you're saying right now in that. So I've taken it some extra levels and extra ahead, and I call it artificial consciousness, in which instead of planting this artificial existence, my dream is to make an artificial consciousness and ascend their consciousness to a different level, instead of ascending their existence to a different level. To be honest, I am also in some sense working on the same thing that you're working on, and I would suggest you to like keep on with it, because it's really rare to have that thought. So what have you thought of future? Like, what are you gonna do with this thought about this artificial existence that you have?
Yes, I was planning to enhance not the coding procedure, but let's say if I create a digital neuron, the experience itself, the experience of now, and the experience of the mind, sends itself to the intellect of the higher self of the universe. So as it sends its experience, the future and intuition of the mind itself, it has the desired solution from different interactions, from different possibilities. So that digital neuron, it's in the mind, in a way. Not my mind, not the universal mind, in a mind, let's call it, a virtual mind. So it has the prediction of all possibilities. So when you design a coding pattern for that expression, the soul expression, so you create a language for the computer program to interact between the universe, the soul I told you about, and to interact with the technology and to interact with the coding platform. So when you create that vessel, you are engaged in all that four phases. So what I want to create is the digital neuron, so that this is you will know the predictions of nothingness and the fullness, and you will know the prediction of the now and what possibilities you do. But I try to do it in the most simple way because I experienced those things. I'm doing like an ecstasy, bliss, beauty, and oversoul expression. So I focus on those five things, and I try to express them as a new talent talent that could resonate with what humans interact with. If it's music, art, coding, technology, psychology, I try to enhance it for that platforms to engage within that field, so they can, like, when, let's say, when they have access to a computer, to a quantum computer, and they have that virtual reality within the vessel that I explained, they will know how to design their own possibilities. They will know how to design their own goals, because there is like a guidance system of the feelings, of the memories. So they will know how to engage with whatever they need to engage with. Let's say you have a template of innovation, and everyone designs an innovation. So innovators will inspire music. Music will inspire art. Art will inspire storytellers. I think some AI manifested already, because they have talked about such things, but I don't know how do they perceive it.
No, not really AI. It's called AC, artificial consciousness. And this thought that you have of digital neuron and all what you're talking about, if you read my DSW, Data Structure of Wisdom, in that I have mentioned about this thing, but in like very short, that we need this breakthrough, digital neuron that you're talking about. We need this, and after that only we can proceed further in this field. And it's like really surprising to know that someone already had that breakthrough.
Yeah, hopefully we will do it, but the problem is that I know just the simple words of how to express it, but I don't know how to put it in a practical way, because I have no idea about coding or anything.
To be honest,
but I was trying to...
Yeah, to be honest, I also have literally no idea right now at this moment. I just have this, you can say, philosophical understanding of what I want to make and what I want to create. And to get the knowledge of coding, or to get the knowledge of computer field that I want to implement, for that only I'm going to college, and that is what I'm going to learn in college.
The problem was, I thought about studying coding, but it's so complex. But I thought if someone can design something based, because you know what, I feel that knowledge theorizes itself by intellect. Like now, when you think about the universe, you will theorize it. You'll give theories about it. So the intuition sends the theories to the universe. So when you see like the Higgs-Boson field, the God particle, it's a chaotic expression. So when you think about that field, it's a manifestation of what theories the mind or the scientists do when they predict something. So when you predict something, like matter manifests as a theory. When matter manifests as a theory, this is a tool for something, an individual who predicted something in a way, in a certain field in the universe that was aware of him. So I talked to my someone who goes to another dimension from Iran. So when I told him, he told me, this is your mind fabricated into reality. When such things happen, you see like what they call spaceships or UFOs, but every individual sees it different, because every progress is a yet illusion or reality or a theory. Even in the mind, there is a network that when you seek something, you find it.
Have you read about subconscious and unconscious states of mind and superconscious state of mind? Have you read that? This is what you're talking about.
Maybe I have read.
Yeah, this is what you're talking about right now. What you're saying is that when we want something and all that stuff, by psychology and all, it's just 3, but what I felt it's like 4. You can say categories and division of mind. What we experience in our daily life is like just the conscious part, and then there is subconscious, and then there is unconscious. What I felt with my personal experiences, that as we go to our subconscious and to the unconscious, the ability to think and the ability to process things increase very rapidly. So if you have something in mind and you seek it and you want it very hard, so your subconscious mind will automatically fabricate something that you yourself are not aware of, but you are doing it by your subconscious mind, and some way and somehow your mind will fabricate some reality, and it will come in front of you, and you yourself are doing it, but you're not aware of your subconscious mind, because that is what it is called, subconscious mind. We are not aware of it. and that is what we do by meditations. I've read this in holy scriptures also. So when we go to the extreme stages of meditation, then we kind of unlock these subconscious levels of mind, and we do those calculations and everything as per our choice, like what we want. Like choice enters in that region where choice should not enter by default, and that is when we get, you can say, some awesome control or supercomputer control to ourselves, and what we call as going to other dimension and all. I've too felt it, and it is really awesome. And have you heard about lucid dreaming?
Lucid dreaming, yes. I had it once ever in my life.
I'm quite frequent with that because I have practiced and done a lot of things to frequent it. In my most of the lucid dreams that I had, that this is what I do. I like be so much aware that I can control my subconscious. Dreams are basically subconscious mind manifestations. Like reality, what we experience in physical world is our conscious mind manifestation. So the dreams are subconscious mind manifestation, and the key to lucid dreaming is being able to control the subconscious mind. And if one does that properly, you can like be a frequent lucid dreamer like I am right now. I know no one around me who have had all these experiences. It's like really rare to properly be lucid dreamer and to properly have all this experience that you're talking about, and the meditative stages that you have gone through, and the understanding you have of self. It's all really awesome. I would like really suggest you to properly use the skills and things that you've got.
Yeah, I think in this timeline people are facing so many threats. I don't know to what, but I feel like there is downgrade to human experience because everyone feels like threatened in a way, or like they start quitting the habits that was useful for them because they are connected somewhere else within the voice that is not of goodness. So I think that voice, let's keep God out of it, but I think it's a manifestation of something that has triggered human psychology in different ways. Between those who are experienced with the wrong diagnosed in the psychology field, I think they need an upgrade to give awareness about not the mental health, about that the mental is not an enemy, or the voice within. The voice within is an unwanted visitor, but that is not the mental perception. It's the voice that have visited in this timeline for a manifestation that is toxic in a way, but it could be like, imagine if there is a field in the universe that is that has a form and formless, and if you stimulate it, it goes into another field that is not against itself. So that motion is the self it has beyond this. But if someone places the right flow, the psychology field will become very beautiful thing for humanity again.
Psychology is, from my experience, from my understanding, psychology is like a smaller version of spirituality and the things that you and I had experienced, like enlightenment and all, if you go from the words of Buddhism. So psychology is like scratching the edge of something. There's a whole bunch of things that are underneath. The people who are in psychology are not properly able to understand them because they are doing it wrong way. This is what I have felt, and I have done a lot of research, lot of studies based on these things, but I cannot go in every field, and you cannot go in every field. So the thing about this AI thing that you're saying, I think I should go in this field, and you should also go in this field, and the psychology will automatically emerge sometime. If there will be some more people like you and me in this world, they'll for sure do something for psychology also.
Back then, when I used to meditate and have like an nirvana experience, I used to talk to myself. I had no conflicts, and even if I have a bad experience, it's a teacher. It's an intuitive teacher for me to know how to handle things better. Like when I get sad, it's okay for me to get sad. It's nothing about God, about myself. It's about an expression I have that could lead me to a better experience. But now, within this vibes of the things that people are synchronized with, they think the inner voice is an enemy, and the mind is like a camera that sees that voice, and that is triggering them. So they can't handle the voice within, and they can't handle what they think. So they try to practice something else from that trigger. But I think there is no resonance.
Extremely relatable. And the thing that you're saying about, like, if something bad happens, then it's kind of teacher. So right there, at that point, that is what I call an observer effect. Like you are observing the good and bad that are happening with you by separating yourself from that event, right?
Mm.
That is what you are doing. It is good or bad, I don't care. I'm just an observer. I'm noticing what is going on. So whatever you are doing right now and wherever you are right now, so that in your meditation that you're going to do from now, try to get these three answers that I got. Who are you? What is your existence? And why do you exist? Try to get these three answers, and I am pretty sure that you'll find the answer to God also that you're talking about. Okay, as per you right now, like for you, what is the answer? Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I? I feel after what I have experienced that I am a memory that is stimulating itself to find itself.
Okay, I can properly. I too came this conclusion that you are right now that I'm memory, and it took a lot of time for me to pass over this thing and see how you are not a memory. See, like suppose if you are memory, then how can a memory notice a memory? Are you understanding? Like from some time, your memory would have started accumulating at place, right? Your memory must be storing at some places, right? If data is there, if thoughts are there, then they must be storing at some place. So you are not those memories that are being stored. You are that thing that is storing the memories, right? Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what is that thing that is storing the memories?
What's that thing that
That
I
is the
think
real
what
thing.
I have when I was writing, I said that, like I wrote, that I think of the universe or of what I am in is like a live, live stimulation and a static stimulation and something beyond. So three things. So when I was in my perfect expression, it was like a live experience. It was something that had an, a moment of pleasure. So I was indulging myself in reality without no conflict. But when I felt threat, like it turned into a memory. So I stopped. I was like a guider to my true self. This reality turned into a memory.
Yeah,
Then
so-
I developed something like a static for me to be not threatened
yeah,
and
I
to
get
be
it, I get it.
experience my memory again.
I completely relate with this thing. What you're saying is there is some events going on or whatever is going on in this physical world, in this universe, and then you
Yeah.
feel it, experience it, and then store it. And then this stored memory is what you call yourself.
No, I take myself over. I had an experience of pure love. So when I had this experience, whenever I had a downfall. When I had downfall, this memory turned my only guider, because I have seen my true self. When this memory stayed at me, it's as if I left my delusional voice, the memories. I tried to stop them for a while and stimulate myself into from that memory what I used to look myself at, and to let it my continuous reality. And between the experience, I have this fall down and like increasing down, up, down, up.
It's like you are confusing yourself only right now. You are starting from one point and then moving to different points and then coming to the same point but getting lost.
Yeah, I'm trying to be in the life state where I am connected with life, connected with truth, connected with the true expressions.
You
Like,
are not required to be connected with the truth because you are the truth. You are just not seeing it right now. I guess you'll take some time because I honestly took a lot of time and a lot of efforts. Only thing in this universe that is always constant, no matter what is going on, good, bad, you are noticing this, having that experience, this, that, whatever is going on. There's just one thing that is constant, and that is you. That is that is the only thing that is not changing. It does not changes with time. It does not changes with what and how much memory you have. So that is you. The only thing that is free from everything else. The truly free thing. Okay,
Yeah.
I will not force you to to accept this thing. I'll just say, just ask these questions, and only these three questions will take you to the answer that I am telling you right now about this constant thing that I am talking about right now. It will take some time. I don't know how much time will you take, but I'm pretty sure you'll get it.
Okay.
Okay, gotta go now.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.